It's a massive win. It's a massive, massive win. To beat England in England is no easy feat. Again, we were able to do it last time we were here in 2017. So we all know what the feeling feels like. But again, things have changed drastically since then. And they're a massive, massive unit in their backyard. So to start the series as well is very, very promising for us. And we feel very proud with the way we've performed.
And just how nervy was it that final day? Obviously getting over the line, a chaseable target, but getting there is another matter. How nervy was it?
Actually, this morning I woke up and I just wanted to fast forward to the end of the day, with us winning. But yeah, at the start, I guess there were a few nerves going through the dressing room. But, Roston and Jermaine really, really settled the nerves down and really got us in a position to lay a foundation. We knew once we got a partnership, the English Bulls would have gone flat. But credit to England, man. They threw a lot at us. Stokes, Anderson, Jofra, Mark, they all put in a hell of an effort, and they were all challenging. So we knew it wasn't going to be easy. We weren't quite sure how the wicket would have held up, but the heavy roller quite worked for us. This morning I don't think England rolled the wicket, so they probably felt as though the heavy wicket would have probably kept the wicket together. So we decided to put the heavy roller on it, and that it did.
Thank you.
We move on to a question from Rory Dalai.
Jason, whenever you beat England, you always seem to unearth a different hero, a different match winner. Jermaine Blackwood today, is it fair to say that he might have been having to wait for his chance if the likes of Shimron and Darren Bravo had travelled for this series?
Not sure, to be honest. He had an outstanding first-class competition. I'm not going to get into selection, but to be honest, his case was pretty strong to get back in the team. He scored a double hundred this year in a first-class game. Unfortunately for me, I haven't been able to see him back. But again, his numbers speak for itself, and he's not a slouch with the bat at this level either. And think in comparison to, our players that we've got, he's still averaging above 30, and he's done well for us. We just hope he could kick on and make a few more hundreds.
All right, Julian Gaia, please proceed.
Thank you. Jason, Shannon Gabriel was originally named as a travelling reserve for this series after coming back from surgery, and he's now just taken 9 wickets to get the Man of the Match award. I just wondered what you had to say about his performance in this match and what he's done for you recently.
What Shannon's done in this game is nothing surprising. Shannon is one of those guys who just keeps doing it because, he has a big heart. He has a massive, massive heart, and he's been through a lot. He's been through a lot and he wants success so badly. His body hasn't held up, I guess, the way he would like in the past, but to see him back out there fit and running in and bowling fast for West Indies, is always a pleasing sight. He deserves every bit of success he's had so far in this game. For us, it's just more or less keep managing Shannon as best we possibly can. He is a rhythm bowler as well, so he needs to get some miles on his legs and some rhythm in his legs as well too. So again, I'm really, really happy for Shannon. I know what he's been through. We kept in contact while he was doing rehab. At some stage he was very frustrated by how things were going, but he stuck it through. He had a good team behind him in Trinidad. Done a lot of work with Ronald Rogers as well too prior to coming over here, and again he reached the success that all of us probably presume he would have gotten just based on the caliber of bowler he is. We all know that once Shannon is fit and healthy, he's a handful, and he proved difficult in this game.
Thank you very much.
Thanks. We'll move on to a question from Mashal Hewitt. Mashal, please proceed.
Hi, Jason. Since you became Test captain in 2015, it's been a journey, to say the least, and a lot of the players that are in the current squad, including Jermaine, who's obviously come back to the squad, have been with you since 2015. I don't know if you're aware or not, but today is the first time that the West Indies have won a series opener away from home since 2007 against South Africa. So today you've actually kind of created a bit of recent history for the West Indies. We've not been that good away from home in terms of really being competitive. Do you recognise that as part of the journey and part of the process for this squad and yourself?
No, to be honest, we want to start. We want to win every cricket game we play. It doesn't often work that way, but at the end of the day, we strive to win every single test match we step on the field to play. Yes, in the past we haven't started the series as well, and we've been always made to play catch up. But it was just really important that we started the series well. I think England missing Root is obviously a big miss. You know, he's a high quality player, and we saw that, I guess, as an opportunity to really get into their inexperienced batting lineup. I think a lot of pressure was on Stokes to score and to come big with the likes of young Ollie Pope and even Josh Butler down the lower half. But the top part, I think, relies so much on Rory Burns as well too, because he's pretty solid. You know, he soaks up a lot of balls as well too, and he makes bowlers really, really fight hard for the wicket. So I think for us, those four really stood out. And we really needed to get them out as early as possible, because we felt if they were able to build any partnerships, you know, other guys would have batted around them. And you saw, for example, the way Zach Crawley played. I thought he played really well, but he had, you know, Stokesy at the other end to really form a partnership with. He had a bit of a partnership as well as with Joe Denley. So, yeah, credit to the way they played as well too. You know, I don't think it was an easy test by no means. They kept coming, they kept running in, they kept at us all the time. So, yeah, I think to start the series well, you know, is a really pleasing feeling. But again, 10 tough days of cricket left in the series.
Well done today, Jason.
Thank you.
Matt Roller.
Hi, Jason. Just on Blackwood, if I can, he was talking coming into the series about patience and trying to face as many balls as possible. Was there anything in particular you spoke to him about coming into this match, and I guess into today in particular after his first innings dismissal?
Not much, you know. After his first innings dismissal, I said nothing to him. Nothing at all to him, you know. He knew what he had done. And he knew that he's a better player than what he did in the first innings. So there was no need to talk to him. I thought he was a very crucial guy for us in this run chase. Him and probably John Campbell, because these guys, when they get going, they score relatively quickly and could really swing the tide for us when they form partnerships. But obviously we lost John up front. But I just said to Jermaine, look, just give yourself a chance. Give yourself a good chance, you know, see a few balls and then play a game. You know, if you see a ball in your arc that you feel as though you can put it away. You know, because that's the way he plays. And for me, I don't like to get into complicating players' head and just congesting their brains with too much information. You know, they're all responsible enough. They all know themselves well enough. You know, we're just here to help one another. You know, lots of these guys in the dressing room help me in significant ways. So again, I don't need to speak to Jermaine, and after seeing how he got out in the first innings, you know, he knew what he had done wrong. For him, is just to go and give himself a chance and play the game he knows.
And just one more, if I can. You mentioned sort of how far this team's come since the tour here in 2017. How would you compare this win to the one at Leeds on that tour?
Not sure if it could beat Leeds, to be honest. But I did remark in the post-match presentation that yesterday was, to me, if not the best, one of the best days I've had at Test cricket. Just mainly to the fact that it was a long, hard toil and a hard-fought day for West Indies. You know, and a day that went definitely in our favour at the back end. And the reason why I say that is the best day for me is just mainly down to the fact that every single time I asked for effort from those bowlers, you know, no one said no, no one said I can't, no one said I'm too tired. They just all kept running in. And I knew once we pushed hard in the evening, I mean, at that stage when Stokesy and I think it was Zach were batting, you know, the game started to look a little bit less likely for us to win. We knew we couldn't lose. We backed ourselves not to lose the game, but we wanted to win, and we knew how important it was to win this game. So the longer they bat, obviously it took time out the game. Maybe put them in a position where they had to think twice about declaring. And maybe after the game in Leeds, and their declaration, I remember that declaration, you know, caused a bit of a chat as well too. So I'm not sure if they would have declared similarly, but again, that was under Ruti, and this is Stokesy, and Stokesy is generally an aggressive, competitive cricketer, so you never know. But I think yesterday's effort was by far the best effort I've seen with this group. You know, not only the bowlers, too, the fielders kept running around, kept getting through the overs, and we all kept our energy up all through the day.
Thanks very much.
All right, I think that's the final indication that I'm seeing specifically from the English media. If anyone from the English media still has stories to build, I have no pending question, please indicate within the next few seconds. If not, we'll move on to a question from Nikhil.
Yeah, hello, Jace. Congrats to you once again. I think it was a very deserved victory. You said in your on your post-match presentation today and just now that yesterday was the crucial day for you. Just in some more depth, that Zach Crawley and Ben Stokes partnership, 98 runs. And we've seen at different points in the match, you know, when things have seemed to step away, you've made sure you're loud and encourage the boys. How important was that for you? And then to see them actually, you know, listen to you and actually perform and produce results, how satisfying is that for you as a captain and showing how far the group has grown?
It's just maturity within the group. You know, we've had so many, I guess, darker days in the past that we understand now moments in the game where we need to seize. And yesterday, if we wanted to win the game, we had to break the partnership. And then, again, there was no telling that when we broke the partnership, we would have, you know, got as far down as we got yesterday. But for me, it's more or less just giving the effort. You know, a lot of times, maybe guys, for whatever reason, feel as though it may be impossible, or, you know, you're too tired or you're too sore or whatever the case may be. But you never know until you get that effort. You know, when all I strive within the group is just to let the guys know, look, you never know until you put it in. Let's keep putting it in. Just keep putting it in. Once we keep putting it in, then you could say at the end of the game that you've given all. You know, don't leave anything back in the tank. And that's exactly what the bowlers did. You know, I was fortunate to come on and to get Stokesy out. Then we got Zach out before that as Zari came back. And no, Zach was after that, sorry. As Zari got Zach caught on ball, which was a very, very sharp chance. And when those 2 wickets fell, I knew we were in for something special. But it's just a matter of us executing the game. Then we got Josh. And at the very end, we were able to get Don Best, who was a little bit annoying in the first innings for us. So, yeah, things worked in our favor this game, and I'm really, really proud of really good stuck at it yesterday.
Yeah, and just quickly, Jason, in terms of the batting, we talk about Blackwood and guys that score, but I found something crucial was the guys like Roston Chase, Shane Dowrich, yourself, that were able to absorb pressure. How big of an impact did they have as well?
Always big. These are the guys in the engine room, man. Whenever the top order doesn't come up to scratch, you know, the engine rooms is there to drive it through. You know, we call ourselves the engine room for a reason, you know, because so much is expected of us. And, you know, we always put our hands up to give that responsibility. And our senior players in the squad, you know, we've got to try to give that responsibility and take on the responsibility to carry the team through. And I think Roston's knocks in not only the first innings, but the second innings, you know, was very, very crucial. Him and Jermaine are very, very close off the field as well, too. So we felt as though it was a good partnership for Jermaine because, you know, he was there at the other end was one of his best mates. So, yeah, that partnership really worked really well for us. And then Shane came in. Shane got a start as well and absorbed some of the pressure from Jermaine. And then I was able to come in there and just be there at the end. You know, my role was quite simple. You know, I wasn't going to bash or going to unsettle anything. Mine was just to pick off and just to keep things really calm. You know, just keep talking to Jermaine. Keep bigging him up, you know, keep making sure that, you know, he's not going into a shell, but he's just being selective. And he did a good job, man, a really good job for us.
Thanks a lot. Congrats again.
Thanks.
And Mark, please proceed with your 2 questions.
Hi, good afternoon, Jace. First of all, congratulations on winning the match today. You mentioned about Ben Stokes. Just tell us a little bit about the rivalry between you two. I know you dismissed him twice and he dismissed you once. Just talk us through that a bit.
Yeah, it's cricket, man. I guess it's just ironic that when he comes to bat, I guess I'm on the ball, and, you know, when I come to bat, he's on the ball. But again, he's a competitor, man. I expect nothing less from Stokes. You know, he's one of those guys who plays cricket with everything he's got. You know, he gives it his all, and I thoroughly respect him. You know, but for me, that gives me that adrenaline rush. You know, to know that guy is putting in so much. You know, I want so many great things for his team, and, you know, you just want to dethrone him and not let him get it. And similarly, I guess when I come to bat, he feels the same way. So, yeah, I don't get too caught up with the individual rivalry, but at the end of the day, it's a team sport. You know, we've all got roles to play, and, you know, once I execute my role, you know, I'm really happy.
Okay, just looking forward, Jason. I just wanted to know if the approach will be a bit different. You mentioned about Root being a big miss for England, and you capitalize on the inexperience of the England top order. Looking ahead, what will the West Indies do different, if anything?
Cricket is played on the day, man. We've got to go see the conditions in Manchester, but I can't imagine we'll go anything far outside of what we've done here. You know, we've been disciplined as a bowling unit. We've really batted some time in this game as a batting unit as well too. We haven't been as clinical. I think we dropped 2 chances. But apart from that, I think generally the fielding has been pretty good as well too. So that's cricket. You know, you got to bat well, you got to bowl well, and you got to feel well.
Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot, Jason, and all the best going forward.
Thank you.
Move on to a question from Zahir Clark, and I'm going to ask to cease the indications of questions after this. We have 2 more questions which we will field, and then we will have Jay sign off.
Good day, Jason.
Hi.
All right. Following up on Marshall's question, I think this is your 33rd match in charge of the West Indies as captain. And I think for the first year or so, the team had failed to pick up a win. But in the last 22 matches since then, I think you guys have won 11 of those matches with you in charge. Was that test match against Pakistan where you got your first FIFA and your first win as captain the turning point for the team, yourself, and as well for your career?
Interesting, man. You look back on it, a lot has gone well for us since then. You know, but we've had some pretty tough days as well too. But I don't know, man. To me, that was personally for me one of the hardest series that I've played in, and again pivotal because prior to that, you know, I've been relatively inconsistent as well. The wickets weren't coming as the way we wanted to. Sorry, neither were the runs. You know, I've been able to get a few starts, but not been able to capitalize on them. But after that series, I felt, you know, that getting the 5-wicket haul in those conditions was an amazing feat. Winning that last test match was also a really good feeling. And I guess from there, you kind of got some momentum, and we as a unit, we've kicked on from it. So now that you mentioned it, maybe. But yeah, it's been a good solid last couple of years for West Indies.
Thanks, man. And if you can permit me for another one, following up on Nikhil's question, you said the day before the test match, we've got to bring it together as a squad. It's a team sport. How pleased are you with the performance from each member of the team in picking up the slack for each other throughout this test match?
Man, it's massive, man. I'm over the moon by the response the guys have given. You know, but I could have seen it the way we prepared. You know, our preparation was spot on. And here's where I would really love to highlight the other reserves who've been in the squad. Prior to this game, we had, to me, one of the best net sessions I've ever had. And it was led by those reserves. You know, those reserves ran in and challenged our batters, you know, and they got our batters up quite a few times as well. I think conditions were in their favor in the nets. And for me, it sparked something within the group. And I must say, I can't ever forget the reserves here who've come on this tour to be a part of this historic series. So yeah, I think a lot of credit has to be given to them for this team victory as well too.
Thanks, Jason, and congrats again.
Thank you.
Avinash Ramzan.
Congrats, Jason, on another good win. 2-part question, just an update on John Campbell's injury. How significant is that injury? And any specific area you guys need to improve on going into the second test?
John, I guess we'll have to monitor over the next couple of days. He's been able to move his toes, so I guess that's positive signs that it's not broken or isn't severely damaged. But I think he'll be going for a scan just to double check. And I guess we'll just have to monitor John over the next couple of days. You know, again, it's a short turnaround between games, but we'll see how he pulls up in the next couple of days. Sorry, I missed the last part.
Any specific areas you think you could improve on for the second?
We still yet to get 100. Yeah, I think conditions were good enough for a batter to go on and get 100. Again, we put down 2 chances as well too. So I guess if you're being overcritical, those are areas that I would really love us to brush up on.
Thanks a lot.
And we'll have the final question from Lennox Aldred. Lennox, proceed.
All right. Thank you very much, man. Congrats, Skip. And I have a question for you. Jermaine Blackwood was speaking to the Sky Sports pundits just after the game, and he said that at no point was he thinking of that century, and he was just only thinking of getting over the line. How significant is that for you, for a young man to really be, shouldering that?
Jermaine Blackwood, man. If I had 12 Jermaine Blackwoods, those are the kind of guys you want to step on the cricket field with, These are team guys through thick and thin, man. I've played lots of cricket with and lots of cricket against dads. We played all our youth cricket together. We played Youth World Cup together. So I know the player, man. And that's why when things happen, like how they happen in the first innings form, yeah, you're disappointed, but again, you can't put a player like that into a shell. So it's more or less you're trying to manage him and trying to help him to understand, the different passages of play, where he can be a little bit more selective, where he needs to maybe just settle and hang in for a bit before going on the attack again, because he is an attacking player. But it's just merely just giving him that confidence, giving him the support to go and play the game. He knows. But he's a team man. He's a humble team man, and he's one of those guys where I know when he crosses that line, he's going to give you all. I guess you could see him on the field chasing down balls. He's one of the quickest men I've ever seen on the ground. And at the end of the day, I'm not surprised by the comment he made, because he is a team man. And he puts his team at heart, and sometimes he feels as though he can carry everybody on his shoulders and do it with him. He's that confident of a player.
All right, Skip. Well, thanks again, and all the best for the second test.
Thank you.
All right, on behalf of myself, the team here in Cricket West Indies, and also our main sponsor, Sandals, I just want to say thank you guys for joining this final day press conference.